But Eli, I'm interested in the practical steps. Someone who's watching this and there's a connection, they think, yes, that's true.
Yes.
And they don't necessarily...
The first practical step is you have to know what you want. All of our wants have been conditioned by our biology and our society. So we want survival, we want children, we want house, and there are all these needs that are manufactured. Some of them are biological, some of them are societal, but none of them get us freedom. So if what you really want is truth, or if what you really want is freedom, or if what you really want is to know yourself, or if what you really want is love, not to need love, but to be love, then you're willing to turn away from everything else to give yourself to this one desire. And if you give yourself one-pointedly to this one desire, this is your own heart calling you back. And then there's nothing left to do. You stop. You give up everything else and stop. And then your own heart pulls you inward and devours you. And then you cross to the other shore and you see life from the other side. And you know what it is. You know the trance of this existence. You know the dream that you've been living in. But now it's a waking dream. Now you're conscious in the midst of it. And now you're fulfilled. You don't need anything from the outside. You don't need love. You don't need approval. You don't need success. You don't need stuff. Because you're already fulfilled. Then you can approach your life freely. You're a free agent. You can be yourself. You can be natural. You can be free. You can be spontaneous. And that is an expression of love. And in that, your relationships change, your work changes, your life changes, even if nothing on the outside seems to change.
It's wonderful listening to you.
That's good. It's a good start.
And I'm going to come back again to the practicalities. I understand what you're saying. And I think I can personalise it to a degree. Maybe that helps personalise it to a degree. Certainly, if I think back, I knew what I didn't want long before I knew what I wanted.
That's the first step.
And that was a big step.
Yes. Because
that was a process, and that took time in its own way. I knew I didn't want to be unhappy. I didn't want to be frustrated. I knew a lot of things I didn't want, and I could say, well, I want to be happy. I want to be free. But I didn't really know what those things meant. I had an idea of how I would feel if I had those things. Right. But that was really a journey of discovery, which, looking back at it, was exciting, and I wouldn't have missed the journey. But it was quite a slow process.
Yeah, well, now it's faster. That's because you're an old man.
I think I checked. I think I'm a year older than you, I think.
So. There you go. So for us old people, it took me 18 years to find my teacher. Yeah. But now it's on television. Now it's somebody watching it right now can take this opportunity and wake up. You don't need any of that past. That was all just because we weren't ready. The teachers weren't here. We didn't know about it. Our generation started out as children. We never heard of freedom. We never heard of that possibility. Now it's everywhere. It's on television. Everyone can find it. And so that's a completely different consciousness environment that people are now living in than what we had when we were in the 50s or in the early 60s. So it's beautiful. It now can happen instantly. It happens instantly anyway, but it just took us a long time to find out, to ever hear of freedom, to ever hear of Satsang. I'd never heard of it. And I remember when the first spirituality started, when the Beatles brought the Maharishi and TM started, and when the first yoga people came, and all these other, but they were all about practices. They were all about teachings and doing something and a path to get somewhere. It wasn't until now that we hear, oh, the end of the path is here and has been here all along. It's simply your willingness to stop. Your willingness, and so when you say practicalities, like what should I do? Doing is avoiding what's already here. So all you have to do is stop the doing, surrender to what's here, and give yourself to what you truly love.
All you have to do
yes.
is stop doing and surrender to what's here.
Yes.
Now that's a tall order for the ordinary person that doesn't...
Well, try it right now yourself. Like right now, just no past, no future, nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to get. What's already here?
If I go into that, I can feel spaciousness.
Yes.
I can feel I love your smiling face. I can drop into that. For me, that's very easy. But
that took, how long did that take? A few seconds.
Yes.
So what's true for you, that's true for every human being right now, has the full capacity to stop, no past, no future. What's already here? What's deeper?
Okay.
And naturally your mind stops. I saw your mind stop. You dropped in. And then, of course, you don't want dead air. You had to come back out and say something. But that's always here.
And maybe that's the wonderful thing people watch you. Because, I try and put my head, also, my head, but myself, someone watching the TV. I love talking to you, and I've loved the series of these programs, but I also try and think, well, I've done this for a long time, and I do understand quite a few things. Other people haven't.
Yes.
And I have this thing about accessibility. But that's a great thing they can do, is just look at the television and just be with your energy, which is a wonderful energy, and just in their own way, let go for a few minutes while they watch this. Yeah.
Exactly. Just take a moment. Oh, what a relief. It's a huge burden. It can drop off.
Yeah.
No past, no future, nowhere to go, nothing to do. Oh, that's so rare. Oh, and just drop in. What's already here? What's already present? What's alive? Oh, then you find it and you go, yes, I want more. That's me. That's what I want. That's who I am. Oh, then you surrender deeper. And the depth of surrender can go on for the rest of your life. And there's always deeper realization. It's always deeper, wider, vaster, more subtle. And the quieter you become, the more subtle and intelligent you become. The quieter you become, the more obvious you notice the slightest arisings of mind activity. And you don't have to pay it any mind, and you drop even deeper. It's a beautiful, beautiful awakening. It goes on infinitely deep. Yes.
And the interesting thing is that when I'm in this space with you,
Yes.
in fact, it's not really a with you, it's kind of, there is this space here.
Yes.
It's like there isn't a lot of questions there.
That's right. And any question that arises is already answered in your own heart.
Yeah.
Because you are the source of wisdom. The source of wisdom is alive in each heart. And any true question is not a thinking about or wondering or figuring, but a true question drops in and the answer's there. And, oh, of course, it's obvious. Everything is obvious.
So now we've sorted this out, we've still got 25 minutes to go.